Well, here's Raw review for March 25th, 2013. Show kicking off with CM Punk and Paul Heyman come down to the ring. Yes, Paul Heyman's back with CM Punk. So probably maybe because Brock Lesnar's not there this week. But this opening segment, Punk is really trying to make you believe that he's going to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I can think of about 17 or 18 other guys that said that same thing too, but how'd that work out for him? But Punk seems to think he has some psychological advantage over him just because he's got The Undertaker's urn, and it's like I'm the best in the world, blah 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 blah. I know there are a lot of you people that watch CM Punk, and you're fans of his. I get it, and I like Punk myself, but you're going against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. It's like, why would they? I mean, he's 20-0 at WrestleMania. Why would they have a guy like CM Punk go over on him? I mean, especially when this guy's he's what is he, about 35 years old? You would think if they're gonna have somebody go over The Undertaker, it's gonna be because Undertaker says so. And he'd have to be a much younger guy than CM Punk. But as far as that goes, he says Undertaker will rest in peace. Bong. And then the lights go out, and Indiana comes next. Bong. There you see The Undertaker beating the holy hell out of CM Punk, and he gets out of there like a scalded dog, and he drops the urn, and Paul Heyman probably just set the world record in 100-meter dash. But it's a pretty short opening segment, but I think it did what it needed to do. Okay, so we have Fandango going down the ring to have his first real match on Raw, I guess. No, not quite, because Jericho ends up coming out down to the ring, and he ends up attacking him after what happened to him on SmackDown on Friday night. And he finally clears the ring of him, does Jericho, but then we get Ziggler and AJ and Big E up on the ramp area. And so this was a match that was going to be later on in the show, but I guess it's going to be right now. And it was a decent match, I'm not going to lie. I mean, what else would you expect out of a Ziggler and Jericho match? But Jericho ends up going over with the Lion Tamer. No, I didn't say the Walls of Jericho. I said the Lion Tamer because that's exactly what it was. But then afterwards, Big E attacks Jericho from behind. And then he does that move where he drops him on his shoulder like he's done to Kane and other people. But so I don't really know how this ties into WrestleMania, except for the fact that Fandango comes down there to pick the bones later on. So, and then later on in the show, Jericho comes out of Vicky Guerrero's office, and I guess we're gonna have a match between Fandango and Chris Jericho at WrestleMania now. So, kind of says a lot for Fandango for a guy like Jericho to take him under his wing, and more than likely he's gonna end up putting him over because WWE's really, it seems like they're really investing a lot into this character, so I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. Then we got Mark Henry out there. He's gonna be on a 2-on-1 match against the Usos. I can see why they'd have a 2-on-1 match, but does it really have to be one of your tag teams? I mean, your tag team division isn't that great to begin with, outside of Hell No and that. But it's like, do you really have to job out one of your tag teams? I mean, seriously, couldn't you just put like two random guys together, like kind of like what Chase Oliver 68 was saying? I don't know if you watched his review or not, but I can see his point on this. It's like, why job out one of your established tag teams? Couldn't you just put like two random guys together? I I don't know, but I mean, yeah, Mark Henry looked dominant in this match. Well, he probably should, but be a different story when you go up against Ryback now, brother. All right, then your 1 hour main event, which is a match we've seen a couple times before. Kind of a different outcome, but ADR against Antonio Cesaro. Ricardo's out there on crutches selling his broken ankle. Hey, he's still able to do ADR's introduction even on crutches, so kudos to you, my friend. But finally, I mean, this was a decent match as well. But Swagger ends up coming out there after Zeb comes on to Stack Del Rio, and Swagger attacks Ricardo and goes after that injured ankle, and then ADR coming in for the save again against Swagger. They go at it for a little bit, and ADR ends up getting counted out. So Cesaro gets the victory. Hey Jeff, that's his first victory on Raw in a while. Yeah, granted it was a count out, but hey, it's still a victory. But then afterwards, Del Rio attacks him and puts him in the cross arm breaker, so sending a message to Swagger, I guess. But yeah. Okay. Oh, another match between Team Hell No and the Primetime Players. Team Hell No wins. No shock there. Then you have Ziggler and Big E with AJ on the ramp watching the match, and they don't even get involved, so don't know really what the point of all this was. You would have thought that maybe Ziggy and Big E would have come down and attack him or something, but no, that didn't happen. So then, we get the game doing a promo talking about Brock Lesnar. This may have been the shortest promo of my career. This promo was not very long. Normally, when you see Triple H doing a promo, it goes about 20 minutes. But this one didn't even go at about 5 minutes. Not even. So, Wade Barrett is coming out there, and he's getting in Triple H's way, and trying to get him to move, and it's like, oh, God ain't having none of that, huh? I'm going to kick you right in the nuts. Then when Hunter walks away, he's looking at the WrestleMania sign. So Barrett did have a match against The Miz, which was actually decent. But Miz ends up going over with the figure 4 leg lock. Woo! Is this going to be another match at WrestleMania 29? After we've already seen this a couple times for free on television? Wouldn't surprise me. So then you had that backstage segment with Kenny Daniel Bryan, Team Hell No arguing about AJ, and then they're arguing about her for a couple minutes, and then we see the Divas champion Caitlyn come in there, and she's talking to them, and I mean, because that ties into AJ as well, and AJ's back there eavesdropping, and Caitlyn just basically says she's a crazy psycho, which she is. And then AJ attacks her. I'll show you crazy! I'll show you crazy! So, we set up there. They had a little bit of a match later on in the night, and AJ ends up winning my count out. Is this going to be the Random Divas match at WrestleMania? Caitlyn against AJ for the Divas title? I mean, God, are they really going to put the Divas title on AJ? I mean, seriously? So then we see in the 2 hour main event, The Shield actually all together in a match against Khali, Justin Gabriel, and Zack Ryder. Well, Justin Gabriel ended up doing the job on this wrong. The way they've been the way they've been de-pushing Zack Ryder lately, why doesn't he do the job here? And it seems like with Khali lately, he's been putting over the bigger stars as finishers, like Cesaro did the neutralizer on him. And now Khali gets the triple power bomb from the Shield. And so then we get Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show out there. Sheamus and Orton come out together, and then you see Big Show coming in from the back way area, and it's like, finally the match is official at WrestleMania, so it's finally gonna happen. Let's just put it that way. So then we get another tag match between Team Rhodes Scholars and with the Bella Sluts taking on Brodus Clay and Sweet Tea with the Funkadactyls. Well, Brodus Clay and Tensai didn't even get an entrance, so more often than not, that means Rhodes Scholars are actually going to get a victory. That's the first one since they've been put back together. Oh boy. Well, earlier in the night, you saw Mark Henry taking on a tag team in the Usos. Well, my boy Ryback, he says, "I'll see your Usos, and I'll raise you 3MB, brother." And he took it to the 3MB. Not Drew McIntyre, but he really took it to Jinder and Heath Slater. So I'll tell you what, this is going to be an interesting match at WrestleMania because it's my boy Ryback against Smokey's boy Mark motherfucking Henry. So you bring everything you got, Smokey. I'll tell you what, because it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to be a lot easier taking out the Usos than it's going to be taking out Ryback. Feed me more. Okay, finally, the main event segment. It's a Q&A panel with WWE Hall of Famers, moderated by Jerry the King Lawler. You got Booker T, the general manager of SmackDown, who's going in the Hall of Fame this year. Mick Foley, who's also going in the Hall of Fame this year. Then you got the American Dwayne, Dusty Rhodes, baby, and Bret the Hitman Hart. And Cena, to me, he really sounded like a heel in this segment. I don't know how you thought about it down. Let me know what you thought about it down below. But I mean, he quotes Donovan. He doesn't really quote Donovan McNabb, but he mentions him as a guy that he's probably statistically the greatest quarterback in Philadelphia Eagle history, but he never won the big one. And Cena likens himself to him. It's like, really, John? You've won at WrestleMania many times. Yeah, you haven't won the last couple of years, but you've won world titles at WrestleMania, pal. So I don't know what you're talking about, dude. He's saying that Rock's never been a failure at WrestleMania. Yes, he has. Rock lost 3 years in a row at WrestleMania. He lost at WrestleMania 15, 16, and 17. Two of those times was to Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I don't know what you're talking about for failure there, pal. But finally, this keeps going on. Rock was talking about sleeping on a used mattress that he got out of a dumpster, and Cena finally he says why he must beat The Rock, because he's better. Really, John? You didn't beat The Rock last year, now did ya? And yeah, you probably will win in 13 days, but I won't be cheering you, fucker. Then Rock quotes the Nature Boy, "To be the man, woo! You gotta beat the man." And then you hear the American Dream talking, and he's talking that this is not about respect and nothing like that. It's about winning at WrestleMania. And so they finally get So Rock basically tells them to bring it. Cena rips off his shirt, and Cena does this, or you fucking tard. And Rock shoves Cena, and then Cena goes for the AA and doesn't get it, and Rock gets the rock bottom. Bye-bye, Cena. So, this segment is... I mean, there's a couple of parts of the segment where Rock just pooned Cena. And I'm not just saying that because I don't like Cena, but that's about what it was. And yeah, I know Cena's probably going to win the title in 13 days, but give me a little bit of time to maybe suspend my disbelief, if you will. Okay, final thoughts on this show. I thought it was better than last week. I mean, you had a couple of highlights I thought were that Ziggler and Jericho match was good, and then Fandango coming in there to deck Jericho afterwards, or picking the bones after Big E Langston took care of him, but and then the ADR swagger build up. I think that's probably been one of the best builds up on the show, I think, for WrestleMania. Then we're gonna have a couple of new matches. It sounds like maybe we're probably the Jericho Fandango match is gonna be at WrestleMania now, and then I'm guessing we're probably gonna get Caitlyn against AJ. That, I mean, as far as the Divas match goes, it could actually be decent. I can't believe I'm saying that about a Divas match, but very well could be. And then the Hall of Fame panel with Cena and The Rock. It probably could have been better. It surely could have been a lot worse, but as far as I go, it wasn't that bad of a segment, I didn't think. So, anyway, I want to know what you thought about the show down below. Marvelous Mark signing off for now, and I'll talk to you later.